Yeah, it was a tough game. Philly is a very tough opponent. I think they're not there for a lot of good reasons, top of the table, or they were. So we put a good shift in. Tough red card, but this happened in football. We're a team, and we responded well. So yeah, very proud of the team the whole 90 minutes.
Hany, the entire match was just fight after fight, and there was so much going on the pitch. I mean, off of it as well, or after the whistle as well. What what gives you the motivation, you personally, and just the locker room as a whole, and you're the captain tonight, to kind of have that sort of passion and have that sort of drive to keep going, and no matter sort of the occasion and what's happening out there.
Yeah, we know what Philly is about. I think they take a little pride in that. We know that after every single foul, there is a discussion. It takes 2 minutes. They slow the game down, and then they get the ball in the box. We know about it. We had a good match plan against it. I think we defended set pieces very well. I think, in my opinion, we gave a little bit too many free kicks, cheap free kicks away in our half, especially first half, unnecessary. Because I think we were complete in control. The only thing they had was set pieces, and we have to analyze that. I think we have to watch it back to grow. And I think this type of match was today a playoff match, the first time I think in this season. It had that the extra a little bit the extra percentage in the duels and intensity. So we have to learn out of that, and keep the learning lesson for what comes next.
And then on the penalty, have you hit a ball harder than that before? And can you just walk us through your process taking that penalty and scoring the goal?
Yeah, I mean, I know Blake is one of the best goalkeepers in the league. He has saved a lot of penalties against Nashville. I remember, I think it was 2022 in the playoffs. I think he saved like 3 or 4 penalties. So I know I had just one thing in mind: hit it, just smash it, and I'm happy that it went in.
Yeah. Yeah. Hani, I guess how did you and the rest of the team regroup after the red card on Johnny? I guess what, gave you kind of maybe the motivation, or the motivation to keep attacking, keep pushing, even being down a man.
Yeah, I think these things happen. We're here for Johnny. I think he has been brilliant this season so far, and these things can happen to every single player. And we need to respond. We need to respond for our player, like to protect him, to protect the team. I think this gives you extra motivation. Yeah? One man down doesn't mean anything. We saw that today, PSG against Bayern. They were 2-0, 2 men down, and they scored a goal. So it's possible, and you need to believe. You need to keep doing what you're doing, and believing in your strengths.
And you mentioned kind of this game was the closest to maybe a playoff type atmosphere that you had seen this year. Was that something you were prepared for a little bit coming into the team, knowing you've played Philadelphia once before, knowing that you guys are two of the top 3 or 4 teams in MLS right now?
I mean, every single time, if you have a chance to become the first place in the league, obviously Cincinnati won, but we knew about, like, we have a chance. We play against the first seed. That is an extra motivation. They're a top team. They will be around the playoffs team, and so for us it was a really good test.
Honey, with the fan base electric tonight, along with your performance, where does this sit for you in your career? Obviously, this team has seen high expectations through Leagues Cup, U.S. Open Cup. Where does it sit for you?
Yeah, I think this year we have a really good balance in the team. I think you see that in the in the games. We can play different ways. We can play transition. I mean, traditionally we were always good in transition, but now also I think the first half we had like 65% ball possession. That is something we developed, we grew, and we needed to do that. We needed to play also with the ball. Obviously, after one man down, it's a little bit more tricky, but we can dominate in different phases, and that is very important. That is a very unique thing for this Nashville site. I think the first time in my time here in Nashville that we have different things to attack, to defend, and I think if we continue this way, we are a very unpredictable team. I think we can, sit low and go in transition, but also we can go high pressing and try to win the ball in their half and go attack. And if we win the ball, sustain the ball and keep the ball. So I'm very proud of the team. I think there is a very nice balance. And I think we still have a way to improve, like we can see that today. There are different ways, like I said, unnecessary fouls, sometimes, to put the ball on the foot, keep the ball, make the simple pass, not necessarily go all the way, attack. So it's good. It's a very good feeling because we're doing well, but we can still improve.
To that point on talking about ball possession, it seemed like when you guys went down a man, that first 5 minutes of just playing with 10 minutes, it seemed like you guys had a I guess, vibe to where you guys felt like you were still on an offensive prowess to some degree. And then obviously, stamina catches up to you. But how did you guys find that balance offensively being a man down?
Yeah, I think, you cannot just defend. We have, we're very good time here in Nashville in defending. But I think if we want to stay on top and be one of the better teams in this league, you need to be good with the ball. You need to, especially at home, you need to dominate with the ball. And I think we have still to improve. If you could look at other teams like Columbus, and they take really pride in their ball possession. Of course, a different way of playing, but we have space to improve, and that is a good sign. We are still winning. We are doing well, but we can improve.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hany. Just a